Welcome to the live show on the internet. Yeah, we got a raw show for you tonight.
Judge has set NBA YoungBoy's bond at $100,000. His arraignment is set for July 1st. The rapper, whose real name is Kentrell Gaulden, is being accused of posing as a doctor to get pharmacies to sell him cough medicine that contained codeine. He was arrested in March, where he was accused of running a prescription drug fraud ring while under house arrest. Golden's pretrial release was voided by a federal judge who ordered that he be returned to Baton Rouge following his release from Utah. Gaulden faces charges of felony possession with a firearm when he comes back to Louisiana.
NBA YoungBoy, you had me a little worried, boy, because I know you say you'll never be broke again, but the court say no bond again. Yeah, that's what they were screaming. They were screaming that they weren't going to give you a bond due to the charges that you had, man. You had over 63 charges, but you got them down to 43, and they was able to give you a $100,000 bond. I woke up this morning, and all your fans was hyped, man. They was hyped saying that you was coming home, that they gave you a bond, but I told them to slow their roll just a little bit. It's good to have hopes for high wishes, but at the same time, if you ever dealt with the court system could be tricky. Yeah, he got a lot of money. He's a celebrity, but at the same time, he's dealing with the feds. You know what I mean? It's a lot of famous people. It's a lot of people that was high caliber people with a lot of money that end up going to feds and couldn't make a bond. You see what I'm saying? He's already dealing with a case federal. He was already on federal house arrest. You know what I mean? He had an ankle bracelet and everything. He was confined to his home. You see what I'm saying? So he ended up violating that with 63 new charges, not just one charge. He violated his house arrest on federal probation with 63 new charges, and all of those charges is federal. You see what I'm saying? So for him to get a bond, it's kind of suspect to me. I don't know if this a script that they just playing out or this dead serious, because I know people and knew people that went through the same scenario, and they had bread, you know what I mean? They had money. They might even have much as money and fame as he did, but they had a lot of money to play around with, and things ain't work out too good for them. You know what I mean? They end up getting attorneys and everything, and end up still having to do time. Some of them end up telling on the doctors. That's what usually happens. You know what I mean? Because the feds trying to figure out what doctor is out here dealing under the table. They want to know. You understand what I'm saying? Because once they get a hold of that doctor, it usually a different type of ball game after that point, because you're dealing with high caliber people that's out of the country and everything else. It's a ring, so they be trying to crack down on what's really going on behind the scenes. And I don't know if once they had NBA YoungBoy in custody, I'm quite sure they sat down with him in an interrogation room and asked him all type of questions, and he had to answer them. You see what I'm saying? Because he don't want to stay in there the rest of his life. He know the severity of what he was facing or what he's facing, 63 charges, plus what he was already had going on prior. So this whole situation could be life-changing. So when he went to talk to them people, he had to be honest. And I'm quite sure that's the reason why they dropped like 20 of the charges. But he still stuck with 43 charges, and he got a bond. Now, the tricky thing about getting a bond in a situation like that, because you can bond out, but at the same time, they can snatch your bond and keep your money. You see what I'm saying? Because a lot of times, once you already on federal probation, they'll put a federal hold on you. You see what I'm saying? So for the judge to give him a bond, I want to know if he worked something out with the feds as far as they gonna let him bond out and just keep a watch on him. Because once he get back on the streets, that means he might can go back to work. Like it might be a major investigation. They need him on the streets instead of in jail. You know what I mean? So he can carry out whatever he made an agreement with. Because they just not giving him a bond just because they want his money. You know what I mean? The feds got money already. It's bigger than that. If they release him and Louisiana don't come and get him to extradite him back to Louisiana until it's time for his court date, then it's sad to say NBA YoungBoy is out here working for the people. You see what I'm saying? So we got to play our ears close to the situation. We gotta be diligent And we just gotta sit up here and see the outcome. We can't just get crunk and get happy immediately like that because it doesn't look good. You know what I mean? Anybody that ever been in a situation, they know this is unheard of. You got that many charges and they give you a bond. That bond is not even really that high for all them charges that he got. You know what I mean? His bond should be up in the millions because you're dealing with pharmaceuticals. You see what I'm saying? He got 63 charges. 63 charges on top of he was already in a situation with the feds to be on house arrest. Not not to leave out that he got caught with artillery and ammunition by a convicted felon. That's another federal charge. You see what I'm saying? Because the feds are picking up all gun charges, gun cases. I don't care if you in a small city, in a small town. If you get caught with them guns and them guns ain't right, the feds is coming. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of times, when people get caught with them guns, they end up not having a bond, man, because the feds gonna come pick it up. Depending on what them numbers read back that's on that gun, the feds gonna come and pick you up and ask a lot of questions. You see what I'm saying? So I really don't know what young boy got going on. Like I say, it's on a couple ways this can go. You know what I mean? I personally believe he's not that dumb to post that bond and let the people snatch the 100 grand from him and they still come in and don't release him. You see what I'm saying? So if they put that out there in the atmosphere that he got a bond for $100,000, I'm quite sure they're gonna let him out in the play. They're gonna let him run the play and try to get a couple people jammed up in this ring that's going on. Like I say, it's bigger than NBA YoungBoy. I understand that um him getting on the phone pretending like he's a doctor and all that was crazy, but at the same time we don't know all the allegations. You see what I'm saying? We don't know what this, it's just allegedly that he did it. You know what I mean? It could have been somebody in his camp that was doing it. You see what I'm saying? He could have been just the mastermind of the whole situation. But everything's definitely gonna come out. You know what I mean? What's done in the dark, like I say before, it shall come to the light. Now we gonna see what's really going on. You know what I mean? A lot of y'all saying that they might come get him and take him to a facility and he's gonna come back weird. Nah, the only facility that they gonna take him is gonna be in the penitentiary. He gonna have to serve time. You see what I'm saying? So even though he's out here working, he might be working with the people. They only need him to work for so long. You see what I'm saying? But you, at the end of the day, you still got to go pay the piper. It might don't be the initial time frame that you would have received. It might be something a little different, but at the same time, you still gonna have to go through your time regardless of the situation. So I like to let you know, all the jits out there, all the young people, man, the lifestyle might look glamorous, the lifestyle might seem fun, but at the end of the day, when you do wrong, you got to pay for it. Don't matter who you are, it don't matter what type of clout you got, what type of fame you got, what type of money you got. None of that doesn't matter when it comes to the judicial system. Nothing matters when it comes to the court system, man, because everyone that has been through the courts that was powerful has been broken down. You see what I'm saying? Once you get in there, anything liable to happen. You see what I'm saying? I done seen the best of the best get interrogated and they break. The same ones that say they'll never snitch, never tell, they get in there and get faced with all that time. And once them people tell you in your face what they know you done did, you see it's really not no fight. You see what I'm saying? And that's when, you know what I mean, people start to flip the script. That's when a lot of people start telling everything that they know to get them up out of the situation. Instead of waiting until it get to that point, you got to be proactive out here. You got to move strategic, and you got to be mindful at all times. You got to weigh everything out. If you going, I'm not promoting you to do wrong, but if you're gonna do wrong, you gotta break down every scenario. What if this happen? What if this happen? And if it weighs out that you can handle it, that's on you. By the end of the day, just don't jump into something. You understand what I'm saying? Don't jump in the deep end. You can't swim, because you definitely gonna drown. You see what I'm saying? Ain't nobody there to save you. With that being said, if you smell some stink, that's me, Urban Gossip TV, cause we the shit.